BBC Newcastle Radio for the North East. Can I ask you, it's just you and me here, what are your feelings like about the following? If I were to say giant land snails, scorpions, hissing cockroaches, tarantulas, corn snakes, blue-tongued skinks and bearded dragons, would the mere mention of those just put the fear into you? Well, then Guy Tansley from arachNOphobia can help you, maybe. He's currently helping people put their fears to one side and to embrace the insect. Earlier today, I spoke with Guy, and one of the people he's helped, Vicky Sanderson. And when I caught up with them, I asked Guy, why do people get freaked out by reptiles and spiders?
It's a strange thing, but I think it is a phobia. There's a slight difference between a fear and a phobia. I think phobias are irrational things, and a lot of people do have fear of spiders. Spiders is one of the most common phobias, and that's part of the reason why I've started this course in the Northeast.
Tell us, why did you start it? Because was there somebody in your family that you've had 25 years of dealing with creatures like this? Was there somebody close to you that just went, I cannot come to your house, I can't see you again? What was the trigger that you thought, actually, I'm going to start helping people? This is ridiculous.
Well, I hear stories of arachnophobia in my daily life, because obviously spiders is a big part of my life. And as soon as somebody finds out that I deal with spiders, then what happens is most people will shy away or have that fear. But I started doing displays and talks through the website of bugsandstuff.com, and a lot of people came to them spider-only displays with their families, and a lot of time half of the family was outside the room, couldn't come in the room. So basically I thought, here's an opportunity to try and promote the good side of spiders and help people that have a lot of fear of spiders. That's
saying something. You can't be in the same room as a spider behind a big sheet of glass. I'm all right at that. I am a bit pooey pants at this point, because you've got it in an open Tupperware box and the lid is off. I'm talking about the tarantula you brought today. Just describe, is it Joanne?
This is Joanne, the Mexican red knee spider. This is one we use in the course because it's one of the most docile species of spider or tarantula you can actually get. It's completely safe. There is a chance it could bite, but generally speaking, it's one of the safest species you can use and handle quite safely.
Have you ever been bitten by one?
No, in 25 years, I've never been bitten by any tarantula.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to bring in Vicky. Now, Vicky, you've attended Guy's course.
Yes.
What were you scared of? Why go on a course like this?
I'm 38 now, and I've got a toddler, and I was just like, this can't go on. This really can't go on. I don't want her to end up with my stupid neuroses about spiders, and at the same point as well, I don't want her chasing me around the house with them when she realises what a wuss her mother is. And actually, that's more likely to happen, to be honest.
Do you think we transfer our fears? Is that the thing? Because I've got a 4-year-old, and I started by going, oh, look at that spider. Isn't he lovely? Oh, come on, Daddy, you get it with a glass. Yeah. And try not to do that. But since she's gone to nursery, it's icky spiders. Oh.
They take their cues from older people, definitely, and from the media or whatever they see. I mean, someday she'll come back and it'll be, oh, this is lovely, and then the next minute she's seen something on the television or heard me say something, and she'll become entirely the opposite.
On a scale of 1 to 10, though, what was your fear? Because you were sitting inches away from Joanne in her open Tupperware box, and I'm sitting a good few feet away, and seriously, I'm like, hang on, how do I get out of here quick?
I would put myself about an 8. I think that's what I wrote down. Wow. I have been able to, in the past, add a push when cornered, when there's no other option available, being able to get rid of a spider. I'm sorry to say, Joanne, well, she doesn't have ears, does she? I have squished a few in my time, and I've flushed a few. But I have managed to just about do the container and piece of card technique.
Oh, that's good.
But that was seriously cornered with no other option and nobody else to help me, and I took a long time to recover from that as well.
Goodness. Vicky Sanderson there telling me how she's getting over her fear of spiders. How do you feel about them? I've more spiders after the Lighthouse family, and then we'll find out if I pluck up the courage to touch Joanne, the tarantula. If one comes into the room where you are right now, are you quite cool with it? Or do you actually try and stamp on it? Well, Guy Tansley could help if you have a big fear, as he runs arachNOphobia, a course that hopes to cure people. And he came in earlier today with Vicky, who had been terrified of the mini beasts, and Joanne, a red-kneed tarantula. This is what happened. I'm looking at it, and I actually am now starting to feel a little bit sick. I can feel it now. I can feel my blood pressure's gone up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say I'm that scared of spiders, but a tarantula.
Right.
I don't like the way they go scurrying across the floor. And I'm looking at her, and just as you handled her before, her legs move really quickly.
Right.
Is she going to come across here and get me? That's my fear.
No, spiders are, especially tarantulas, are often referred to as pet rocks because they don't really do anything. So you're pretty safe sitting over there. But what we find is that people who generally are scared of British house spiders, that people see in their everyday lives, aren't as scared of tarantulas as they are of house spiders.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're
I'm the
probably
opposite.
the opposite to what most people are.
Yeah.
And the course deals with, focuses mainly on British house spiders because, you know, you don't see tarantulas in your daily lives. The course does not claim to be a cure for arachnophobia, but it enables you to deal with that spider in your home environment should you come across one.
Vicky is with us, and you've taken this course to get over your somewhat 8 out of 10, you said, degree of arachnophobia?
From what a guy told me, that there are people that have left kids in houses rather than deal with a spider, you know, leave a baby in a room by itself. I've never been that bad, but I you know, I would be feeling quite sick and poorly by now a few weeks ago. Had it not been for the course, I couldn't be sitting here now with the tarantula right in front of me.
What kind of techniques do you use on the course that overcame an 8 out of 10 fear? I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, we had 6 people on the last one, and we had a 100% success rate. Everybody went from obviously different levels of fear, right down to capture the house spider, and then some actually held the tarantula. That's an optional extra at the end.
Oh, it's an optional extra. I love it.
You're not forced to do anything on the course. It is all, you have to, you know, be willing to try and overcome your fear.
I know, I'm looking at Joanne and I'm just wondering if I want to get any closer. Not just yet. But tell us, what is the technique? What's the nicest way to catch a spider? Because I don't want to throw a book at it or a welly at it and kill it and squash it. I mean, bless them. I want them to live. But how, if I'm terrified, do I capture it? Is it a pint pot over the top?
Yeah, that's right. Just it's called the cup and cord method. Okay. Basically, just any large container which you feel safe handling, place it directly on top of the spider, and then gently slide the cord underneath, and then lift both the cord and the glass up together, and then take it outside and just release the spider.
And at your course, do you find most people can do that?
Yeah, everybody did it on the last one.
I'm really bad.
The course involves a series of talks with a hypnotherapist. We have a hypnotherapist, Amanda, she is called. And basically we start the day, it lasts about 4 hours, the session. We start the day with a talk about phobias, why people have phobias, why they react the way they do to spiders. Then I talk about the good things about spiders, how beneficial they are, and sort of amazing spider facts if you have. And then we have a break, and then there's a group hypnotherapy session with Amanda, which lasts about 45 minutes to an hour. And then there's another break, and then we'll come back in, and then I demonstrate how to capture the spider using the cup and cord method, and then everybody else comes forward and has a go. It takes a while, it takes people longer than others, but part of the reason of having a group of different people with varying degrees of fear means somebody will always step forward first. And when you're in that situation, it's a whole group bonding thing. So it's a combination of several things. It's the spider facts, it's the safe and secure environment, it's the hypnotherapy, it's the group session. That seems to work.
Do you think I'll get close to Joanne? Find out after Adele and your news at 2 o'clock. It's National Radio for the Northeast. Ingrid sitting in for Simon Logan this afternoon with you until 4 o'clock. And if you've just joined me, we're talking about spiders. Your phobias and fears against the little critters. What are your feelings about the little spider? How about a big hairy spider? If I mention just the word spider, does it put the fear into you? If that is you, then maybe Guy Tansley from arachNOphobia can help. He's currently helping people put their fears to one side and embrace the little beasts. Earlier today I spoke with Guy, and one of the people he's actually helped, Vicky Sanderson, and I asked Vicky, does she think the course has actually worked for her?
I think it has. I've been practicing I've been doing my homework as it is, keeping it up. For me, the kind of gradual acclimatization really helped, and demystifying all these evil things that you think you know about spiders. That really helped. And like I said, all the, everybody sharing their extreme or not so extreme phobias as well really help, because you do think you're a bit of a nut job. You really do.
Oh yeah, I do.
When you're looking at something that's so tiny and so insignificant in your life, but you have all these imagined things in your head that they're gonna do to you. So, and they will.
It's true.
It is, yeah.
Oh,
Webs and all sorts and things. But no, I mean, I was the worst. I thought I was going to be the best and the bravest of the bunch, and I was the last person to capture the spider, wasn't I?
Yeah.
The little spider. And I was a mess. I had tears and snot streaming down my face. It was awful. Sobbing.
It was awful.
It really was. But I'm fine. And it was almost like a release almost. It was good.
and is it gender specific, the fear or phobia? Do you find there's more women or men? Or is it
No,
just
I
split
think
50-50?
it's 50-50, but what you find is men just aren't willing to admit that level of fear. So the people who attend the course
Like
are generally
reading
female.
maps.
So if there's any men out there, we desperately need men.
And when you take your little critters into schools,
Yeah.
is it the teachers that want to run? Are the kids really
I've
inquisitive?
never came across a child that actually is scared of anything that I've taken into schools yet. I've had teachers scared of things like that, but no kids.
Kids will just have a go at anything, won't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. I mean, I don't force kids to hold any of the animals.
Yeah.
I always have that rule: if you don't want to touch anything, just fold your arms. So you get a lot of arm folders. But, nobody, I would
Folding
say,
mine now.
which is got a serious phobia of anything I take.
How close do you think I can get to that?
Well, after the course, you probably have it on your hand. But
I think I'm gonna have to enroll.
in the short amount of time we have here, I mean, everybody's different.
I'm going to
Some
stand up
people
now
can
and
do
try
it,
and get
some
at least a
people can't.
foot, a foot distance between me and Joanne. She looks ready to pounce.
Now, as you can see, complete calmness, completely still,
Yeah.
doesn't run, just sits there.
We did the thing where you
Yeah.
put your hand underneath the bottom of the plastic container, so it's almost like that's quite a nice thing. She doesn't jump or
If
anything.
you can do that, that's the first step. And I'll keep a hold of the box. It won't move.
Go on.
No.
Just put your hand on the flat, and I'll just put the box on it. Well done.
God.
Well done.
I need to move a hand now. Thank you.
That's the first step.
Yay!
All you
I
need to
feel
do is
really
take it in
vomity now.
small stages, and a course of 4.5 hours, you will be able to achieve that end goal.
If you want to go on this course, how do people get in touch with you?
If you click on the bugsandstuff.com website, that's bugs and stuff with an N in the middle instead of the and click on, there's a big logo on the top right hand corner called arachNOphobia. Just click on that and that'll take you to the page and give you all the information you need.
You're on Facebook as well, aren't you?
Yeah, there's a Facebook page there as well.
Great stuff. I'm pathetic. It is official. What a big girl's blouse. But would you have put your hand underneath the Tupperware box that held Joanne, the spider? Probably not.
When it's black.